Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Pick Ems. Every week, I'll go through the NFL schedule and I'll pick who I think will win, and I'll keep track of my record. If you're new here and you're a Rams fan or an NFL fan, make sure to subscribe, smash the like button, share it with all your friends, and let me know what you think about my picks. So let's get right into it. So, tomorrow night, Thursday, you have the Minnesota Vikings 0-1 traveling to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles, who are 1-0. No brainer for me. I'm taking the Eagles. They do very well against the Vikings, and they're at home. The Sunday slate, it starts with the Green Bay Packers 1-0 at the 1-0 Atlanta Falcons. I am going to take the Green Bay Packers. I think Jordan Love looked really good last week. Granted, it was against the Chicago Bears, but overall, I think the quarterback play of Desmond Ridder is just horrible. They're going to rely heavily on their running backs, Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson, and I don't think they win this game. I do think it's close, but at the end, Green Bay Packers get the dub. The Las Vegas Raiders 1-0 with Jimmy G, traveling to the 0-1 Buffalo Bills, who just blew a game versus Zach Wilson. Um, you have to take the Bills here. A bounce back game. Raiders on the road, going to Buffalo. I think it's going to be a hostile environment. They do have Jimmy G, who just wins even when he doesn't do anything special. But I have the Bills winning this one by a touchdown or more. So let's lock in the Buffalo Bills. The Baltimore Ravens 1-0 versus the 0-1 Cincinnati Bengals. This is a tough one, but I am going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals in a nail biter. A lot of injuries to the Ravens this past week with the O-line, J.K. Dobbins. Mark Andrews probably plays, but I think the Bengals need to win this game. You don't want to go 0-2, especially against two division opponents in back-to-back weeks, as they just lost 24-3 to the Cleveland Browns. So I'm going to smash Cincinnati on this one. The Seattle Seahawks 0-1 at the 1-0 Detroit Lions. This game is going to be closer than people think. I know a lot of people are down on the Seahawks because the Los Angeles Rams just put them down into the ground. 30-13, Detroit got a win against Kansas City in opening night without Travis Kelce and Chris Jones. Played a big part in that, and also they relied on that pick six because Kadarius Toney cannot catch the ball. I think Seattle goes into Detroit and actually wins this game. I think they're going to have a bounce back game. I think they pull this one off 20-17. The Los Angeles Chargers 0-1 traveling to the 0-1 Tennessee Titans. This game might be a little sluggish. It is in Tennessee. Tennessee's actually got a pretty solid defense. The Chargers just got demolished by the past game of the Miami Dolphins, mainly Tua and Tyreek Hill. Good thing is, Titans do not have anything remotely close to that. They do have Derrick Henry, so the Chargers will make it a point to focus on that. I think the Chargers should win this game easily. The 0-1 Chicago Bears traveling to the 1-0 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A lot of people were down on Tampa Bay this year. No more Tom Brady. Injuries to the O-line. Baker Mayfield in at quarterback, but Baker can get it done. There's some weapons in Tampa Bay. They still have a respectable defense. You've seen that last week versus the Minnesota Vikings, who are one of the better offenses in football. Chicago Bears looked awful last week. They got demolished by the Green Bay Packers. They couldn't stop Jordan Love on defense or Aaron Jones in the run game. The Justin Fields hype was for fantasy, but in real life, he just looked horrible. He's a screen machine, a runner. I think Tampa Bay wins this one, and I'll go 30-21. The Kansas City Chiefs 0-1, traveling in Jacksonville, who's 1-0. This should be probably the big game of the week. These teams met in the playoffs last year. It was a really good game. Kansas City should be getting Travis Kelce back. Chris Jones, not sure if he's going to sign a contract anytime soon. That is hurting that defense. The interior D line, it looked a little sluggish last week against Detroit. Um, I'm gonna go Kansas City in this one. I don't see them going 0-2. It's obviously possible. Jacksonville looked pretty good last week, but they did play the Indianapolis Colts. So I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, the Indianapolis Colts 0-1 at the 0-1 Houston Texans. Probably the bum game of the week. Um, Anthony Richardson actually looked very well last week. CJ Stroud, not really. He definitely seen some glimpses. He did play one of the better defenses in football in the Baltimore Ravens. The Colts, man, no Jonathan Taylor, so their run game is just minute at this point. I think Houston at home gets it done here in a really sluggish game. I would say 17-14. The game I'm looking forward to the most, the San Francisco 49ers, 1-0, traveling to the 1-0 Los Angeles Rams at SoFi Stadium. It's probably going to be a 50-50 split, maybe 55-45 San Francisco fans in the stadium, but fans don't play the game. Um, this one is just super tough. I think I got the Rams 23-20 here. Obviously, if we do lose, I'm not going to lose all hope. San Francisco is one of the better teams in football, complete team. I think the Rams' offensive line showed a lot last week. That makes me feel a lot more confident versus this top-ranked defensive line in San Francisco. We have to get pressure on Brock Purdy. You'll be watching my videos this week. I just did a video with CG Ruthless. I have one dropping today with another 49ers fan, KJB. And then to finish off the week, I'll have my final notes and game preview. But I am going to take the Los Angeles Rams here. It's going to be close enough for me to stick with the home guys. The New York Giants 0-1 coming off a 40-0 beatdown by the Dallas Cowboys, traveling to the 0-1 Arizona Cardinals, who are probably the worst team in football, but did put up a fight with Dobbs at quarterback versus the Washington Commanders. I think the Giants get right here. There won't be rain. This will be nice weather in a dome. Daniel Jones has to bounce back. A lot of people are questioning that big contract, 4 years, $160 million. Saquon Barkley has to get going, and this is the team that can help you get going back on track. I think Arizona Cardinals probably win 2 games this year, so I think the Giants won't be one of their wins, and I'm going to take the New York Giants 28-13. The New York Jets, Zach Wilson Jets, 1-0, coming off a huge Monday night thriller versus the Buffalo Bills, are traveling to Dallas to take on the 1-0 Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are that team that typically struggle versus a team they should beat, and they should win this game. The Jets have Zach Wilson, but the Jets have a phenomenal Super Bowl defense, and it makes you just wonder, like, man, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't get hurt, is this team the faves out of the AFC? They just beat the Bills without him. Zach Wilson had no reps in practice with the first team and just came in. Granted, he did throw an interception, but he did what he had to do. He made some big throws to Allen Lazard. So, with all that said, I'm still taking Dallas. I'm over here. I'm trying to give you guys the best record possible, and I think Dallas wins this one 21-17. All right, we got the Washington Commanders, 1-0, traveling to the 0-1 Denver Broncos. Denver's a solid team at home. They did lose a close one last week versus the Las Vegas Raiders. I think you've seen some things from Denver that looked like they're improving from last year with the disaster they had. Overall, the defense didn't play as good as I was expecting, but they are at home. They do have Washington coming there. Washington has Sam Howell at quarterback, Brian Robinson at running back, Antonio Gibson, who looked awful. Some pretty good wide receivers in Washington, and Jahan Dotson, Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel. I think that Denver gets it done, though, in a close game, maybe a 16-13 game here. Really sluggish. Sunday Night Football. We have the 1-0 Miami Dolphins with one of the best offenses in football, traveling to the New England Patriots, who are 0-1 but did put up a fight against the Philadelphia Eagles. I think that Miami's offense is going to be too much here. Tua owns Bill Belichick. He's undefeated versus the Patriots in his career. He's loaded at wide receiver. This offense is just fun to watch. It's going to be too much for the Patriots. I think the Patriots definitely have one of the better defenses in football, but they do lack the offensive firepower that is going to be needed in this one. So I have the Miami Dolphins winning this one 30-17. Monday Night Football, we get ourselves a doubleheader. We have the New Orleans Saints 1-0 at the Carolina Panthers 0-1. I'm taking the Saints here. Panthers have a lot of growing pains to go through right now with Bryce Young. Pretty bad to awful offensive line. Young defense led by Brian Burns. His team really could be in the running for another top 3 to 5 pick, while the Saints look like they'll be competing with the Atlanta Falcons and Tampa Bay Buccaneers for the South Division. I am going to take the Saints here 20-13. And then we finished the week off with the Cleveland Browns 1-0, coming off a big win versus Cincinnati Bengals, traveling to Heinz Field to take on the 0-1 Pittsburgh Steelers, who just got demolished by the San Francisco 49ers. This should be a good one. I mean, people are going to see last week and think that this is going to be a blowout, but I think Pittsburgh plays Cleveland well. It's a division rivalry. They are at home. This time I don't see their home field getting taken over like it did last week. But I am going to take the Cleveland Browns here. I think they are going to try to make a statement in this division. Deshaun Watson definitely looked better in that second half than he did in the first half. It's going to be tough. You got a big TJ Watt coming at you. And I'm going to take Cleveland here 27-21. And that is going to wrap up our first episode of the NFL Pick Ems. I'm going to do this every week. And as I mentioned, I'll keep track of it. So as always, make sure to subscribe, like, turn on your post notifications. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones.